in the fourth video of your lessons, I am going to teach you about present participle, past participle, infinitive and infinitive phrase, gerund and gerund phrase. So before I start the topic, so I will tell you to please open the book on page 39 and come to exercise A. So page 39, open your book on page 39 and come to this exercise about use the correct form of the present past participle. So before we do the exercise, let me tell you about the present participle and about the past participle. Present participle is the ing form of a verb. So base form of the verb plus ing. So this is called a present participle. For example, playing, going, eating, sleeping. So these verbs are called the present participle. And most importantly, when the ing form of the verb is used in the present, in the progressive tense, which is in present, so we say that it is a present participle. The second one is the past participle. So the past participle is the past form of the verb. So I mean that it may be the second form, it may be the third form of the verb. So this is called the past participle. In this exercise, you have to choose either in the present participle or the past participle. I repeat that present participle means base form of the verb plus ing, and past participle means past form of any verb. So it is called past participle. Now come to exercise A on page 39. Use the correct form of the present participle or past participle to fill in the blanks. His dash coat needs mending. His tattered, his tattering, his tatter, his tatters. So here we have to use the past participle, and I told you that past participle means past form of the verb. So here the correct option is the first one. His tattered coat needs mending. Come to number 2. A dashed stone gathers no moss. So a rolling, a rolled, a roll, a rolls. So here you have to use present participle, and it is clear to you that which one is the present participle verb here. So students, you have to do this exercise by your own self, and I'm hopeful that you won't have any difficulty while this it's quite simple topic. So you have to differentiate between the present participle and the past participle. Now come to exercise B on the same page. Fill in the correct participles from present participle and past participle. Number 1. He was sitting in an armchair dash a magazine. So he was sitting in an armchair reading a magazine. Number 2. Dash in the company for many years. He knew everyone and everything. So here you can use, you have to use the present participle verb, and the present participle verb is that working in the company for many years. So you can say that working in the company for many years, he knew everyone and everything. Number 3. The cup with milk dash on the table. The cup with milk. So you have to use the correct form, either to use the present participle or the past participle. These 3 sentences, dear students, you have to do at your home, and try your best to understand that where to use the present participle and where to use past participle. Now again we have got another topic, that is about infinitive and infinitive phrase. So first I will explain you about infinitive, that what is infinitive. Infinitive is 2 plus base form of the verb. By base form of the verb I mean first form of the verb. For example, 2 plus first form of the verb. To play, to eat, to sleep, to write, to listen to go. So every that word which comes with to, so it is called infinitive. For example, I want to play cricket. My father is to come tomorrow. So to come tomorrow, to play cricket, these are the infinitives. So infinitive to plus base form of the verb, it is called infinitive. Now in your book on page 39, so students look at the definition of infinitive. Infinitive is base form of the verb often preceded by to. An infinitive phrase consists of infinitive and related words. And those related words may be two, they may be three. For example, underline the infinitive in each sentence. Here you have to do exercise. The best plumber to call is Mr. Amir. So here the infinitive is to call. Number 2, his only ambition was to succeed at his job. To succeed, it is here the infinitive is to succeed. Number 3, each year Mansoor tried to find more deductions for his tax return. So to find, it is an infinitive. So dear students, you have to do the remaining 2 at your home. Now come to exercise D on page 14. Exercise D on page 14. Combine the following simple sentences into a single simple sentence by using an infinitive. It's quite simple, students, but you have to think about it. You can very easily do it. So the first sentence is, I have engaged a private tutor. He will teach me English. So I have engaged a private tutor. So it is one sentence. He will teach me English. It is second sentence. Now we have to make one sentence of these two sentences by using infinitive. So we will write like this. I have engaged a private tutor to teach me English. To teach me English. Without any comma, without any subject again, without any full stop, you can directly use a private tutor to teach me English. Number 2, he is very weak. He cannot walk. So it's simple. He is very weak to walk. So do the remaining 3 sentences at your home. Now come to here again we have got another topic that is about gerund and gerund phrases. Now what is a gerund? Gerund. Infinitive, as I told you that infinitive means that 2 plus base form of verb. That is infinitive. Now what is gerund? So gerund means that ing form of a verb which functions as a noun. This is called gerund. This is the definition of gerund. That gerund is ing form of a verb which functions as a noun. For example, smoking is injurious to health. So here the gerund is smoking. Smoking is used as a noun here. Playing is good for health. So playing is a gerund here. Reading, or we can say that reading a newspaper is a good habit. So that every that ing form of verb which functions as a subject or which functions as a noun is called gerund. Now we have a gerund phrase. Now what is a gerund phrase? A gerund phrase is a phrase which consists of a gerund and related words, same like infinitive phrase. And you guys know that what is phrase? A group of 2 or 3 words which does not have a subject and which does not give us a complete meaning. It's called phrase. So gerund phrase is that phrase which have a gerund, which has a gerund and the related words. Look at the example of gerund phrase. Okay, so first let me read out these examples. A gerund is a verb ing used as a noun. Examples are swimming is good exercise. The girls enjoy swimming. The best exercise is swimming. She was scolded for swimming. So a gerund, it can be used either as a subject of a sentence, or we can use it. It may come in the beginning of a sentence as a subject or in the end of the subject. No matter where it is used in a sentence, but gerund always functions as a noun. So a gerund phrase consists of a gerund and related words. For example, swimming in the lake is good exercise. Swimming in the lake, it is a gerund phrase. Underline the gerund and gerund phrase in the following sentences. Swimming at beach is safer than swimming in open sea. Swimming at beach is one gerund phrase, and the second one is swimming in open sea. It is the second gerund phrase here in this sentence. So it means that we have two gerund phrases in this sentence. Number 2. Kaleem doesn't like getting up early on Sunday. Getting up early on Sunday. So this is called a gerund phrase. Okay guys, so you have to do the 3 sentences at your home as a homework. But dear students, you must do all the homework that was given to you in all the videos during my lecture. So don't ignore this and do your homework, and inshallah all the homework would be checked by the teachers after vacations. Thank you. God bless you.